everyone's looking for the young guy. They're looking for McVay. I think take a shot out Todd Bowles, get him a second shot at head coach, and see if he can do it.
I don't think they will. If they don't have Anthony Davis, I'm saying it right now. If Anthony Davis is out for the playoffs, they don't make it out of the first round.
It's crazy. And our kids will know how great Tom Brady is because he's going to be playing.
Yes, it is 15.0%.
That's what the Yankees brought Garrett Cole to do.
He was a 6th-round pick. This is a fairy tale story that's being written in front of our eyes.
People like to call them their JV team, and they just stole one of their better players.
They didn't struggle against the Padres. The Padres didn't really put up a fight in most of the games.
Jerry Jones, hope you're listening.
Hi, I'm Landon Bowe, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week, and we are recording breaking news today. A few hours late, but looks like things have changed for the Nets once again. And the man to talk about that change, Austin.
Yeah, I don't think many head coaches of the Nets have survived a 2 or 3 year stretch for a while now, and I don't know if this is necessarily the right move. I don't think we anticipated them to contend this year. They still have a lot of young guys on their roster trying to build it up, but they think that they should be playing better, and they're signing an interim head coach as their assistant, and Jack Vaughn is gone.
Yeah, and I don't – this is just weird because for the same reasons you said, and he was the coach in 2020 as well, and then Steve Nash came in, I believe, and then he came back. So I just – and, like, they weren't bad, but it's just weird. I'm looking at the history of coaches. Who was the last coach to last more than 2 years?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Okay.
Or do you also have the list in front of you?
I don't have the list in front of me. I would assume is it Kidd?
No. Kidd only lasted a year. That's surprising.
Who is it?
It is Kenny Atkinson from 2016. Well, I think Tony Brown was actually, okay, so Lionel Hollins was the coach from 2014 to 2016. Then Tony Brown came in 2016. Then Kenny Atkinson also has 2016, but he lasted till 2020. And then you have Jack Vaughn, and then Steve Nash, then Jack Vaughn. So really
I remember
weird.
that Kenny Atkinson asked out. He didn't want to be their coach anymore.
And I think those were the Nets year, or that was the D'Lo years when the Nets were looking really good.
Well, not the 1920. 1920 was the first year of Kyrie, and
okay.
they had traded for KD, I believe, that offseason, but he couldn't play. So, yeah, D'Lo was already traded to the Warriors.
Okay. But Kenny Atkinson was the coach during the D'Lo team, like in 2018-19. Yeah, I really liked where they were going, but the Nets kind of went after the stars, and that just has not worked out. And it's just weird, and the title of the video is now the right time to change, and I would say no, because what are you expecting if you're Brooklyn?
I'm assuming making this move, they think they're going to win more games, right? That's the only reason why they would do it mid-season.
Yeah. But do you want to win more games? Like, of course you want to win more games, but is that the goal this season for you? If you're the owner or GM of the Nets?
I mean, not necessarily, but I do think that's what they're trying to say by making this move.
Yeah. So do you think they stay with the interim head coach?
Throughout the rest of the regular season or long term?
Regular season. Because it looks like they're going to keep the interim coach. But I don't know if this is a Doc Rivers situation with the Bucks.
Yeah, I think that he stays for the rest of the regular season.
Do you think this impacts any players such as Mikal Bridges?
I don't know. I don't think so. It's past trade deadline, so it'll be a while before we see if this actually matters towards their decisions.
Well, I'm more worried about the development, or does a coach like that?
I mean,
Because
he's
I
still
think
he's an interim. He came from the same system. I don't think it changes all that much. It's not a whole new
got it.
play style or anything.
But yeah, it's just weird, and I believe it's. I wonder how many coaches Bobby Marks has gone through.
That's a good question. He's definitely gone through a lot, and he's not all that content with the ones that he has, unless they're doing insane, which none of them really have thus far.
All right, it looks. Oh, I'm thinking. No, I'm thinking it's not Bobby Marks. Who's the GM of the Nets? It's Sean Marks. Bobby Marks apparently works in the NBA. So how do you want to take a guess for when he joined?
2018.
Close. He's been the GM since 2016. Oh, this makes sense because in Jason Kidd. No, never mind. So he has gone through 5 coaches, except he's got, or I think Jack Vaughn was the interim for 2020, and then they brought in Steve Nash. So he's gone through 5 coaches, or he's had 5 coaching changes, which is because if they were firing him, it'd make more sense, like a complete change of direction. But it seems as it's Sean Marks, and then he's just trying to find the coach, and that it seems like he has a little bit too much power here.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like the owner must be backing the decision somewhat.
Mm-hmm. So really weird, and best of luck to the Nets coach. I guess they're 1 game out of the play-in, if that matters to them.
True.
Well, it has to matter. Yeah.
We'll see. I am weirded out by this move because, again, it's mid-season, and usually mid-season changes are because of you want to see something better, but I don't know if they're necessarily capable of it at this point in their retool.
Yeah, it's just really weird. So that's all we got. And they also, this really impacts their financials because Vaughn, I believe, signed an extension last year as the coach.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So if there's something going, it feels like there's something going behind the scenes. That would make sense to me. But if it indicates a change, I'll go, why now? And it's not like they made a trade to upgrade at the deadline.
Yeah, I mean, they traded away Royce O'Neal, but that didn't really add to their ability to win games.
Yeah, so it's just really weird. Any final thoughts? So we're in agreement. No, this is not the right time for a change.
I would say no, it's not, because it doesn't really make sense with their timeline.
And the reasons for a change would be if there's something going behind the scenes or if something terrible is happening, like we talked about with Doc Rivers yesterday when the video posted. If you're like a 20-game win, well, we thought about it with Monty Williams. Man, it's been a weird year of losing streaks. That's the only reason you would consider changing during the middle of the season, correct?
Well, I mean, it depends on what situation you are, because it depends on what your record. Obviously, with the Pistons situation, they were so bad that, but we knew they were going to be bad. It's different for every team. Every team's in a different circumstance. We'll kind of get a better sense of where they think their direction is by what they do this offseason.
Yeah, so that's all we got. Let us know your thoughts about this. Were you shocked about this? Are you happy if we have Nets fans in the comments? Let us know. We try to get to your comments as best we can, and we appreciate all the feedback, and thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.